Right, another week. Or should I say another fortnight? Not ideal, but still another week, another 2 weeks to talk about in a vlog. So yeah, hello to any of my friends who appear to be interested in me doing this and watching. You obviously haven't quite found the videos yet, but hello to anyone who's watching. Got my giant mug of tea, and it's a giant, big mug of tea, to talk to you about what I've been doing for the last kind of few weeks. So, 2 weeks gone by. Since the last one, I've seen Gravity, which is a very, saw it in the 3D, which is the first film I can genuinely say is worth seeing in 3D. I'm a 3D cynic. I think it's just a gimmick to rise ticket prices, but it's Gravity is the first film where it genuinely needs it, and it's a really, really tense piece. The music's fantastic. The visual effects, I just blow my mind. I don't know how they did what they did with that film, but it's very, very impressive. And anyone who thinks Sandra Bullock is still kind of a crappy rom-com actress after, I'd recommend they go see that film because she's pretty impressive in it. George Clooney doesn't have a ton to do in the film, but he's still he's George Clooney. He just has to stand there and talk, and he's fine. But no, incredibly tense, just incredibly visual. Worth seeing in 3D IMAX. I don't know if it's the kind of film I'd buy the DVD. I like collecting DVDs, but there are some that it's just a bit like, it was good, I don't know if I'd watch it again. And then there are some that I'm glad I've seen on the big screen, but I don't know if I'd watch again. I'd put kind of Tron Legacy in that box of the visual effects were pretty impressive, but other than that, pretty weak film. But this one, fantastic film, very tense. Recommend going and seeing it. Other than that, what else have I done? I've also been down to London. Was down to London for the weekend. Had a wonderful time celebrating my friend's birthday. Happy birthday. Welcome to my ripe old age. It's no better or worse than the last ripe old age we both were. But no, it's good fun. Good fun to hang out. Kind of him, all of his friends from his first university, a lot of our friends from second university, and generally just good fun. Had a bit of fun decorating the flat, which was interesting, different, but fun nonetheless, and the right balance of drinking and going out and a bit of dancing. Kind of did the usual of not being able to dance, but apparently being able to demonstrate rhythm, so whatever that means. Probably that I'm just shit at dancing, but I move at the right kind of speed. Who knows? What else? Interesting conversation while being out in London. Actually, out with a full-on Geordie. Not one of these Geordie students or Geordie anything else, but dyed-in-the-wool Geordie. I kind of agreed with him, which was that London generally is a pretty shit place to go out. And it's not necessarily because the places are bad, even though bad's not the right word, but they're certainly overpriced. And it's not even that the getting in and out of where you're going from's a faff, even though it completely is. Bring on when the tubes start running 24 hours a day on certain lines. That'll be, fantastic, and they'll sort that out. But it's the attitude of the people. There is something about being in London, I don't know if it's because it's so crowded or it's so big, that everyone is very hard-nosed and very kind of, cold. So you go in somewhere and everyone's you feel like everyone's, I don't want to say judging you, but sort of either indifferent or looking down on you a bit. You never really get a sense of friendliness from anyone else in places like this. And a lot of times you get a lot of sense of you know, well, I'm really important. Who the hell are you? Regardless of who the hell they are or you are, you know, and how much money you have and how much money they have, you get this air of their, you know, the superiority from people, and it can spoil a night unless you're with a good group of people. And he's obviously from Newcastle. I've obviously been out a lot in Newcastle, been out a fair bit in Sheffield, been out a reasonable bit in Liverpool. And he's right. You don't get that same kind of air of superiority of people, which kind of makes a night better when you're going out in a northern town. So yeah, that's kind of thoughts. But it's good weekend. And then Monday morning, after the weekend, job interview, success of job interview, or getting a job interview. Sadly, it's my first job interview off my own back, in a sense. You know, I didn't know anyone there. I didn't, you know, have any inroads. No one told me that there was a job here. I found the job advert, applied, and got a job interview, which, you know, for me, top notch. It's not something I'm great at. Kind of selling myself on paper. You talk to me, I do an alright job. You know, you work with me, I think I do a better job of kind of coordinating and thinking about everything and doing the work that needs to be done and committing to getting the work that needs to be done. But yeah, this is the first job interview where it's kind of me, and I think it went quite well. The office is pretty big, which is what I'm after. They work roughly in the sectors I'd like to work in. And from what I got from the interview, they seem to be a good place to work. You know, they're very supportive, they've got clear structures, they talk about retaining staff a lot, which I think is a good sign. You're not losing people left, right and centre because they're fed up of working for you. But I've got to wait a week now to find out whether they're going to employ me. So we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll get an early Christmas present of employment. And I'll have to probably start doing a bit of work towards that, even if I don't get the job. What else was I thinking about? Hung out a bit with a friend who's gone to university, done a graduate training scheme, and now doing a very kind of good, well-paid job, but he's kind of all over the place in terms of where he's based, and just feeling a little bit downhearted about the company ethos and whether that's something that's common across all the workplaces or what. But this idea of a company that will say one thing like it's all about people, it's all about teamwork, and then every year it's driving profits up. And it's something that I guess is capitalism, but it's crazy to think that year on year you can expect a company to keep making a profit. Now something's wrong with that if that profit is above and beyond inflation, because either you're crushing the people who you're working for, or you weren't very good at doing what you were doing last year, or the profits you're making are above inflation. You're making the money before the money comes up to whatever. But it seems odd that companies always strive every year they must make profits, and they will dupe the stats to convince themselves they won't make profits, whether it's not doing this or not reporting that, or or holiday leave goes after this, or whatever. It seems kind of a little bit what's capitalism, but it seems a little bit odd. And I hope he figures out what's going on with him. Other friend, working incredibly hard down in London. She's kind of been working so hard, doing so much stuff. I don't know how she keeps up with it, and I think it's finally getting to her. So I hope she kind of resolves whatever she needs to resolve to kind of normalise a bit. I think she's doing what she likes to do. I think she's working on the project she likes to work on. But it's, madness. So I hope she's all right with that. What else did I want to talk about? Aha, yes. Topic I've been meaning to talk about for a while now. And I realise I'm coming to 10 minutes. So this will be bonus time, whatever, is parents. I'm living at home. I'm unemployed, and I feel I'm all right because I get on reasonably well with my parents. I don't fall out with them. I don't feel like they're too nosy most of the time, all that sort of stuff. But I feel, certainly with my dad, I've reached a point where the roles are starting to be flipped. So I think there comes a point with all children where at some point they stop being the kids and they start being the adults. So for me and my dad, it's been happening for a while, and it's been, from noticing that he isn't tidying up what he's supposed to be doing and pointing it out, or noticing that he said he's on a diet, yet he's gone for the second bag of crisps, that sort of thing, initially, and now it's gone on to kind of, right, you've been really wanting to see this film for ages. Come on, let's get in the car, let's go and see the film. Yes, you can have a hot dog. That sort of stuff is certainly happening with my dad. It's just quite interesting to see that dynamic flip, and it must flip for everyone. No one still looks to their grandparent the same way. They did when they were a kid, and you hear stories of people who are have grown up a bit, so now all of a sudden their dad starts to treat them a bit like their mate, and they start talking about things that shouldn't be shared within family. Sex lives was an example I've heard of, which are interesting stuff. Just interested in the dynamic, really. And there's another aspect to it which I haven't come across, but friend, good job, earns now more than his parents, which social mobility, fantastic. But that switched to now the present giving as well. So kids of all ages have Father Christmas, and occasionally the parents help out Father Christmas. And when the kids get a bit too old for Father Christmas, the parents help out there too. But he's now reached the point where he can now buy his parents what they want rather than him asking his parents for what he wants. And his parents are going, "Oh, I can't ask for this; it's too much," and he's like, "No, that's fine." And again, that's all a really interesting dynamic, and probably a good point to leave it with Christmas being less than a month away. Whoop, whoop. Bring on the snow, bring on the festive food, and bring on the gift-giving decorations and all that other stuff. I like Christmas. I'm not Christmas mad. I'm not Christmas jumper type. I don't get obsessed, with some things, but I enjoy Christmas. Who doesn't really? Bar humbug if you don't. So I'll see you all, whoever's watching, in week 2. Who knows? Anyway, thanks. Bye.